So 0.064 kilogram of octane vapor given its molecular weight is 114 is mixed with 0.91 kilogram of air, molecular weight of 29 in the manifold of an engine. The total pressure in the manifold is 86.1 kilopascal and the temperature is 290 Kelvin. Assume octane behaves ideally, what is the total volume of this mixture? So again, ganun pa rin yung hinahanap, the total volume. Pero since meron tayong dalawang compound na pinaghalo sa isang container, pwede natin gamitin yung isang law, which is si Dalton's law of partial pressure. So ang gagawin lang natin for Dalton's law of partial pressure is hanapin natin yung total volume. Yung total volume is equal to the yung total pressure is equal to the individual pressure of the compound present. So parang yung pressure ng octane vapor plus yung pressure ng ating air. That is equal to the total volume. And also, we define pressure using your ideal gas equation as MRT, okay, over V times the molecular weight. Parang same lang din siya for number 15. Pressure naman yung hinahanap ngayon. So, ang gagawin lang natin para mahanap yung total volume, syempre, kunin natin yung relation na to. Bale, meron tayong tatlong pressure. The total pressure at pag-add natin yung dalawang pressure. Sabi niya dito, the total pressure on the manifold is 86 kilo-1. So, meron ka ng 86.1 kilopascal rather. Total pressure is 86.1 kilopascal. Okay? So, doon sa formula natin, doon sa may R dito, dapat naka-atmosphere. So, kailangan natin siyang i-convert. So, in 1 atmosphere, we have 101.325 kilopascal. Okay, that is equal to yung pressure ng ating octane vapor, gamitin ito. What is the mass of the octane vapor? So that is 0.064. That is in kilogram. Magawin ko na lang siyang in gram, kasi dapat naka-grams yan. So times 1,000, so 1, 2, 3. So 64 grams multiplied by yung 0.0821. Okay, that is liter atmosphere per mole Kelvin. Okay, then multiplied by the temperature, ayun na siya, that is 290 Kelvin. Okay, then all over the volume. Yun yung hinahanap. Yung volume na ngayon ng total container natin. Okay, the volume of the container. And then multiplied by the molecular weight. Molecular weight ng alin? Ng octane vapor. That is 114 daw. That is in grams per mole. So same lang din yung gagawin natin. So copyan ko na lang siguro ito. Tsaka natin siya i-add. Yun nga lang, ang magbabago dyan is the mass. So ang mass ng air is given 91.91 kilogram or that is 910 grams. Okay. Same lang din, tapos ito magbabago din into 29 grams per mole. Ayan, so pwede na. Since one equation, one unknown, pwede mo nang i-shift solve or pwede mo na siyang i-calculate. Okay, so unahin ko na siguro yung nasa right side. So we have here 64 times 0.0821 times 290 over 114 plus 910 times 0.0821 times 290 over 29. So yung sagot natin dito is i-divide natin ng 86.1 over 101.325. That is now the total volume. Okay, so we have 894.95. That is in liters kasi naka-liters yung unit natin dito. Or that is equal to 0.894. Pag kinonvert natin to cubic meters, magdi-divide lang siya ng 1,000. Okay, so we have 0.89. So since walang 0.89 dyan, piliin na lang natin yung pinakamalapit, which is letter B. 0.875 cubic meters. Baka yung discrepancy dyan is yung sa may 0.08 na constant. Okay, next number. Number 16. Ayan, for objectives. So mixing hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide to form chlorine is an example of what? So this is a meta-thesis. It is because hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide, ano ba to? Ano ba ulit ang meta-thesis? Single displacement. Okay. Or mag-breakdown, tama. Mag-breakdown silang dalawa. Okay. Next. Number 17. These are the 4 statements published by Dalton in a new system of chemical philosophy. Which statement or statements are they? So for number 17, hindi ko na siguro babasahin, but the statements are 1, 2, 4, and 5. Hindi kasama yung number 3. So the answer here is letter B. Okay. Next number. Number 18. The substance usually used in cleaning toilet bowls and tiles is muriatic acid. What is the other term for the muriatic acid? Ibang muriatic acid natin is sulfur, so sulfuric acid. That is letter B. Hindi. Hindi pala. Ang sulfuric acid pala ginagamit sa batteries. Though harmful siya, pero mas matapang pa rin si hydrochloric. Ito pala siya hydrochloric acid. Kaya mukhang tubig lang ang muriatic acid natin, pero pag naibato mo na certain surface, biglang bubula. Mukha lang siyang tubig. Yung sulfuric acid kasi may kulay pala yan. Okay, next, number 19. Upon dissociation of foreign water, acid yields hydrogen ions while gases yield hydrogen or hydroxide ions. What is this statement commonly called? This is the Arrhenius theory. Okay, next number 20. So, yan, may trivia question. So, at present, AMU has been replaced by U. Okay, which is known as, di ba atomic mass unit yung AMU, pero pinalitan na daw siya ng U. And yung U na yan is what we call the unified mass. So, letter A. Okay, next. Number 21. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency places limits on the quantities of toxic substances that may be discharged into the sewer system. Limits have been established for a variety of substances, including hexavalent chromium, or that is your CR, ano ba yung hexavalent natin? CR6 hexa. So, chromium 6 ito. Which is limited to 0.5 milligram per liter. If an industry is discharging hexavalent chromium as potassium dichromate, K2Cr2O7, what is the maximum possible molarity of the substance? Okay, so possible molarity ang tinatanong dito of the substance. So kung titignan natin, parang limited lang yung given, kasi nagbigay lang siya dyan ng kanyang density, which is 0.5 milligram per liter. So, let's say yung hexavalent chromium, yung CR6, ito yung maging solute natin. Okay? So, hanapin natin yung solute natin, yung number of moles ng solute. So, number of solute ng chromium 6, that is equal to, paano ba natin kunin yung N? So, eto, binigay niya dito is 0.05 or 0.5 milligram per liter. Check lang natin kung pwede. Divided by ang molecular weight ng molecular weight ng hexavalent chromium is this one. 56 or 52 grams per mole. So yung milligrams, kailangan mo muna siyang i-convert into gram para makuha natin yung number of moles. Tama ba? Yes. Pero kung titignan yung unit natin, hindi siya magiging N. Ang diretsong maging unit natin dito is mole per liter, which is already the molarity. Check nga natin kung possible. That is 0.5 divided by 552. So, 96 or 9.6. Pero sa choices, wala pa tayong 9.6. So, siguro ang gawin na lang natin, we consider 1 liter. Consider 1 liter. Say 1 liter. Para dito, yung maging mass natin is 0.5 milligram na siya kasi naka per liter. Okay, then convert mo ulit yan to gram. So yung 0.5 ay magiging 0.5 times 10 raised to negative 3. Kasi mag-divided by 1,000. So pag hinanap natin yung number of moles, it will become 0.5 times 10 raised to negative 3 divided by 52. So siya pa rin pero biglang bumaba pa. So 9.62 times 10 raised to negative 6, that is in mole. Okay, ngayon, paano natin hanapin yung maximum permissible molarity? N pa lang naman yan. So sabi natin, the molarity is yung N ng solute over yung volume ng solution. Okay, kanina we considered 1 liter as the volume. So yan na dapat yung sagot. 9.62 times 10 raised to negative 6. Kaso wala nga sa choices. So ganun pa rin. Tama naman yung ginawa natin. We have 9.62 times 10 raised to negative 6 mole per 1 liter. Kaya ang lalabas dyan, 9.62 pa rin times 10 raised to negative 6 molar. Yun nga lang, wala sa choices. So, ang gawin na lang siguro natin, since dun sa outcome natin, dun sa may output, yung hexavalent chromium daw natin ay nakapag-produce ng potassium dichromate, which has 2 moles of chromium. Ang gawin na lang natin is, kunin natin yung molarity per atom ng chromium. O, kumbaga, di-divide natin to ng 2. Nakuha? I-divide natin yan ng 2. So, ang lalabas sa sagot dyan, syempre, divided by 2 ito. So, we have 4.81 times 10 raised to negative 6. Kasi wala lang ding lalabas. Kahit ibang approach, iba yung lalabas, wala sa choices. So, kumbaga, bakit natin dinivide ulit ng 2? Consider mo na lang siguro yung outcome niya, yung output. Na kumbaga parang in 1 mole of the compound na potassium dichromate, we have 2 moles. Na lang siguro. 2 moles of chromium kasi na CR. 6.02 kilogram of iron, how many atoms are present in the sample? Okay, so hinahanap dito yung number of atoms. Ito lang naman yung dalawang given. So meron tayong atomic mass unit or the molecular weight and then yung kanyang weight. Okay, weight or mass kasi naka-kilogram. So sabi natin, ang molecular weight is equal to m over n. So dito pwede kong hanapin yung number of moles and that is the mass divided by the molecular weight. Okay, so given na yung mass natin, that is 6.02 kilograms or 6,000 20 grams divided by yung molecular weight natin, which is 55.837. Okay, that is in grams per mole kasi nakaamo yun. Okay, then next, since nahanap ko na yung number of moles dito, i-convert na lang natin to papuntang number of atoms using yung nasa lecture ninyo. Sabi nyo doon, in 1 mole of, ano ba to, compound element. So in 1 mole of iron element, we have 1 Avogadro's constant number of atoms. Yan, dinaretso ko na siya dyan. Okay, so bale, ilan to? 6,020 divided by 55.837. Tsaka natin siya i-times ng Avogadro's number. Constant 24. Yan, so we have 6.493 times 10 raised to 25 atoms. So we have letter D. Okay, again na, ito is nasa constant 24. Okay. Next number 23. So describe how would you prepare 500 ml of a 0.25 molar solution of sodium hydroxide from a 0.5 or 5 m solution of sodium hydroxide. Okay. So again, just like kanina, since nagbigay naman siya dito ng dalawang molarity and pinapahanap yung isang volume to provide, yun nga, yung isang molarity natin, gamitin na lang natin ulit yung dilution process. Okay, yung number of moles of the two mixture is equal. So, unahin natin yung first molarity natin, di ba, M1V1, that is equal to M2V2. Okay, so M1 natin here is 0.25 M multiplied by your V1, that is 500 ml. That is equal to M2. We have 5M times the unknown volume 2. Take note, describe how would you prepare na. So yung lalabas dyan, yun na yung sagot. Unlike dun sa isa kanina, kinuha pa natin kung ilan yung nag-vaporize. So 0.25 times 500 over 5. And that is equal to 25 milliliters. Okay, next number 24. Ay, ang sagot dito ay letter B. Okay, 24. A compound contains 4.07% hydrogen, 24.27% carbon, and 71.65% chlorine. Its molar mass is 98.96 grams. What is its empirical formula? Okay, again, ang empirical formula, it is your chemical formula na nasa simplest form na niya. Okay, unlike ng molecular na kailangan natin yung kompleto. So para mahanap natin yung empirical formula, kailangan ulit natin dito yung number of moles, okay, nung ating elements present on the compound. So unahin natin dito siguro si hydrogen. Okay, so si hydrogen, since naka-percent yung given, pwede natin mahanap yung mass. Okay? So yung mass ng hydrogen, okay, is equal to, syempre given yung mass natin na 98.96, times lang natin nung kanyang percentage na 4.07%. So 98.96 times 4.07 in percent. So yan, 4. Okay? 4.03. That is in grams. Next naman is yung mass ng ating carbon. That is 24.27% ng 98.96. So times 24.27%. Okay? 5%. So we have 24.17 or 18. 24.18 grams. Next naman is yung mass ng ating chlorine. That is, ganoon pa rin, 98.96 grams multiplied by 71.65%. So times 71.65. That is 70.90 grams. Okay, so since nahanap na natin yung mga mass per element na present on that compound, pwede ko nang hanapin yung number of moles. Ano ulit yung formula natin ng number of moles? So number of moles is the mass divided by the molecular weight. Okay, so from here, so since compound naman na ito, compound na siya, ibig sabihin yung hydrogen and carbon as well as yung chlorine, yung hydrogen and chlorine, hindi ko siya i-consider as diatomic element na yung kanyang molecular weight is magta times 2. Kasi nga, nagsama na sila to form a certain compound. Gagamitin lang natin yung isa. Okay, so yung mass natin dito is 4. So 4, approximately 4 grams. Sige, 4.03 divided by the molecular weight, 1 gram per mole. That is approximately equal to 4. Okay, 4 moles. Ganon din yung N ng ating carbon, that is yung kanyang mass, 24.18 grams divided by atomic mass. Okay, ng isang carbon atom, that is 12 grams per mole. So para siyang approximately equal to 2 moles. Ganon din yung sa ating chlorine element, yung kanyang number of moles, we have 70.90 grams. Divide natin ng atomic mass ng isang chlorine atom. Ano yung kanyang atomic mass? That is 35. Okay, grams per mole. So approximately equal to 2 moles din. Okay? So ito na ngayon yung ating gagamitin to form 1 mole of that compound. So in 1 mole of this compound, it is composed of 4 mole of hydrogen. So meron tayong H4. Parang 1:1 ang gagamitin natin. In 1 mole, we have 1 atom. So we have H4, C2, Cl2. So ang tinatanong dito is the empirical formula. So simplify lang natin to, magiging H2C Cl2. So ayan, that is letter A. So CH2Cl. Okay, next number tayo, number 25. So a solution is prepared by adding 2 grams of a substance A to 18 grams of water. Calculate the mass percent of the solute. Okay, mass percentage. So hanapin natin dito yung percent mass ng solute. So kung titignan natin, automatic na yung solute natin is yung i-add natin dun sa tubig. Okay, yung substance A. So percent mass of A. So para mahanap natin yon, syempre, i-take lang natin yung ratio ng mass ni A over yung total natin. That is simply 2 grams nung substance A plus 18 grams nung ating solvent, which is yung water, over yung total. Yung mass lang pala dito, mass ng ating substance A divided by yung total. So 2 grams plus 18 grams. So that is simply 2 over 20. Ayan, that is 0.1 or 10%. But on the choices, wala po tayong 10%. Ibig sabihin, baka troubleshoot itong problem na to. So pag tinroubleshoot natin yung problem na yan, ang troubleshoot dito is eto, nasa mass ng ating solute, it should be 8 grams. So pag tinroubleshoot natin yan, magiging 2 over 2 plus 8 na lang siya, or that is 2 over 10. And that is 20%. Yeah, so troubleshoot yan, it should be 8 grams.